God. Oh, God. Oh, why? Why is this happening? Why is this happening now? I can't. I can't. I thought I could. I can't. No, I'm not okay. I'm not emotionally ready for this. I've been doing...
Well, you better be. It's time, buddy. It's time for change.
No, it's not. I've been doing the same edition of D&D my entire D&D life. It has been 10 years, and it has been going fine. I mean, I'm playing other games a lot now lately.
Brandon,
yes.
Listen to me.
Okay.
You are strong. Everybody likes you, and gosh darn it, people like you, okay? You're going to get through this. Change is inevitable. Deep breaths, buddy. Deep breaths.
This feels like time for a get off my lawn moment. This is like my 5th time.
Not all of us can be as old as you.
But we can act mature, can't we?
Fine.
Oh, God, I started.
You did. All right. Fine. I'll find a way. I'm going to count down from 3. Welcome to the RPGBOT.Podcast. I'm Randall James, and with me is... Nope, can't do it.
You got this, buddy. Come on.
Okay, fine. Okay.
I believe in you.
Welcome to the RPGBOT.Podcast. I'm Ronald James. With me is Tyler Campstra.
Hi, everybody. It's me. I'm invisible.
That's an inside joke. It's visual gag. And Ashley Lai.
Hey, everybody. Nope. I can't do it either, man. I'm not for this either. Oh, God.
Strong. I thought you were being strong.
No, I was just faking it, man. I was just faking it. I'm not ready for this. No.
Hey,
does anybody have a plastic bag? Oh, God.
Guys, it's okay. It's okay. I can teach you how to get your strength to 30, and then you'll both be strong enough for this.
How can you get our strength?
Constitution.
How can you get our strength that high?
Allow me to introduce you to epic boons later in the episode.
Yay!
All right, we're doing it. I think you figured it out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, folks. Here we are. The 2024 rules are here. When you hear the episode, it will be the beginning of August.
Of 2024.
August 2024. The review embargo on the 2024 rules has lifted, which means us and all of the other content creators who you follow after you follow us are showing you stuff from the 2024 D&D 5e rules. Folks who were in the early access creator program thing, including us, got the rules as early as May. So everyone in that group has been collectively sitting and just struggling with the knowledge and seeing the rules previews and everybody's opinions based on the extremely limited information that Wizards has given folks. But now we actually get to talk about it. It's actually pretty exciting.
Yeah, this has been the worst for us because, well, maybe not for the two of you, but I can't speak for the two of you, but it's been the worst for me because I'll see all these speculations of people like, I wonder what they'll do with this. I'm just like, I know, but I can't say. I can't. I want to, but I really can't say.
I feel like we've had several times where we're recording where we'll bring up something and then it's like, we know that it's fixed or we know that it isn't fixed. And then it's just, I guess we'll just have to wait and see when the reality is like, no, it's read my face right now.
Yeah. I've had a few close calls where I've almost dropped information that I shouldn't have. I'm like, yeah, they definitely, nope. I'm not supposed to know that.
All right. So let me talk a little bit about the NDA thing. So I know Wizards has had some very, very prominent issues in the past couple of years with folks getting early access to stuff, with the creator summit and all those things, a lot of bad publicity there. So just peek behind the curtain how this thing worked. We were offered access to the rules very early. We signed an NDA to get access. Under the terms of the NDA, we were allowed to confirm that we had signed the NDA if we were asked, but we're not allowed to reveal any information from the early copy of the rules that we were given. Now, also, we were given the rules in PDF format. It was basically the second to last version of the player's handbook. So the rules text that we've been working from is not guaranteed to be the final correct version. So it's entirely possible that we've been working against stuff that has seen changes. We were told that there's no mechanical changes from what we've seen, but there may be text corrections, formatting fixes, things like that in the final version. So it's entirely possible that we give you specific text stuff. It's very slightly wrong.
Yeah, I do want to say, I'm not going to say exactly what the watermark is because I don't want somebody to like do some weird reverse Photoshop and make it. Yeah, anyway, it is really cool that every single page has an RPGBot related watermark.
Yeah.
Like I told Tyler, like he absolutely needs to take like one of the really awesome, like 2-page, what do you call them? My brain is a sieve.
Spreads.
Thank you. One of the 2-page spreads that has the watermark over it and be like, just print that and frame it. That's yours now.
I agree. Or make it into a t-shirt. We're making everything into a t-shirt now.
That's right. It's like once the embargo lifts, go to the RPGBOT.Store. Who knows?
I don't think we're allowed to do that. That will probably get me sued.
No. People at home, go search the store.
That's fair. All right. So before we get into the rules content, I want to I want to discuss the art very briefly. So WotC got in hot water for some AI art sneaking into Big Me Presents Glory of the Giants. And since then, they've been very, very thorough about not allowing AI art into their products. Now, naturally, because there's so much scrutiny on them, anytime they release preview art, people online are like, oh yeah, this is AI. And then the artist had to come out and be like, no, it's not. Please stop slandering me baselessly on the internet, Twitter.
Right.
Like, yeah.
People are the worst. They really are.
I know.
No.
But just in general, like the art in this thing is fantastic. Like,
yeah,
WotC did real good on this one, I think.
Yeah, I love the art in this. I don't know if you guys have seen the preview art for the alternate covers that they've released, but
yeah,
they also look really good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be for everybody, I think, because the art is a little bit, I want to say more bright, colorful, and maybe a bit cartoony than maybe people are used to. It doesn't lean on that Magic the Gathering hyper-realism concept art anymore. So for some people, that might be a downgrade, but for me, I like it. I think it's great.
I want to ask the question. So coming from previous editions, how much of a tonal shift do you think this art is versus what we had, like moving from 4th edition to 5th edition, now going from 5th edition to 2024 rules?
I would say that it's like, so you're saying compared from the shift from 4th edition to 5th edition and then...
Yeah, 3rd to 4th, 4th to 5th. Like
I'm not that familiar with 4th edition, so Tyler, you have to correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't feel like there was that much of a stylistic shift.
Yeah.
At least in terms of the art. Now, in terms of the mechanics, obviously, it got a little bit less gamey. But with the art here, I would definitely say the tone is brighter and more fun than it is dark and foreboding, which, again, I think the art is going to be maybe divisive for some people.
Yeah, the art towards the end of 3.5 and through a lot of 4th edition had a very like gritty, kind of edgy, cartoony feel. Like it was of its time. If you looked at video games of the same period, you'd be like, yeah, I get it. This definitely feels more like action adventure, cartoony kind of stuff. A lot of the art in the new player's handbook notably doesn't pick adventurers doing adventure-y things. Like there is just art of people being people, which is kind of a shift for Dungeons & Dragons. Historically, if there was art of a character in a book, they were like either a monster or they were doing adventuring related activities. Now we've got art of just like people at home, like dwarves making dinner, just like normal things that normal people do. Now there's still plenty of that adventurer art, but also that like softer, more just living a life depiction.
Yeah. So I think if you like the art style, you're gonna love it. But for people who are maybe more used to the more gritty, darker feel to some of the older art that D&D employed, this is going to maybe rub you the wrong way. But yeah, we'll just have to see once it gets to in people's hands.
Yeah, so I do really like the art. It feels really bright. I really like your observation that a lot of the art is just people being people, like people sitting around a table, people at a bar. It's beautiful. What I'm really excited about based on what I see here is eventually seeing the new monster manual.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, that's going to be awesome. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I bring up the pushback that I think that the art is going to bring up is I already saw discussion online. They released a preview of the alternate art for the monster manual book that has a mind flayer on it, and people didn't like it because they said that the mind flayer just doesn't look like it has, the same teeth that it did before. It looks more approachable and cartoony and less sinister and grotesque.
A good DM can fix that.
Yeah, but that's why I say, that's why I come in with this disclaimer.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, well, how about we jump into the book?
Hey, Tyler, how many pages are in this book?
Oh God. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this one was weird. It drove me nuts for months. So they've been saying for like a year.
It's driving me nuts.
Yeah. They've been saying for like a year that this was going to be the largest player's handbook ever at nearly 300 pages. Now take just a second, go grab your 5th edition player's handbook and realize that it's more than 300 pages.
Doing it right now.
Yep.
It's like they meant 400. They meant 400 and they repeated that mistake so many times. And people kept asking them on the internet, like, what do you mean?
Now, I want to say that's being kind of generous because I can tell you that they are including the index in that page count, which I feel like is cheating.
316 total. 316 total.
Yeah, but I'm still like 316 for the total 2014 Player's Handbook. The new one's like 370 something. Like it's chunky.
Not that bigger. It's not that much bigger.
It's still pretty big.
Yeah, that's like 20% bigger.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
And yeah, it is the largest Player's Handbook we've ever seen. There's a ton of content in here. You're going to get a lot of use out of this. It's going to be good.
I see your Player's Handbook 2024, and I raise you Pathfinder 2 Player's Handbook.
Yeah, we'll just.
Do you mean the player core or the core rulebook? Because the core rulebook was like 700 something pages.
I mean the core rulebook.
Yeah, but that is both the Dungeon Master's Guide content and the Player's Handbook content.
Okay.
So it's a little bit of cheating.
How much is the player core then?
Okay, that's a good question. I don't know that one off the top of my head. Randall, do you have it on the shelf?
I do not. It is downstairs in my son's room.
Then just forget it. I was just making a joke.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, so let's actually look inside the book finally. So this was the first time that the Player's Handbook has been, like, the order has been changed of the chapters, except for 4th edition, which everyone forgets. So like they told us repeatedly this is going to be the first time that the chapter order has been changed since D&D became a game. Not true. 4th edition did it, and then it changed back at the start of 5th edition because, 5th edition was a return to the roots. So the Player's Handbook starts with the playing the game chapter. So you are actually going to learn to play the game before they start asking you to build characters, which personally I think is a good decision.
Yeah, I can't believe they didn't already do that. As someone who goes back and forth between the players, I've never read it from the beginning to the end. It's wild that I forgot that they didn't do that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like I've built this character completely around grappling because I'm really excited about this concept for a barbarian I have that like strangles people. And so I got my strength way up. Let's find out how to play the game now. Let me flip to that chapter. Oh my God, I've made a mistake.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. So we'll just briefly touch on
fetal help, right? Sorry.
Surely. Yeah. All right. So we're just going to briefly touch on the changes because like we're going to have more podcast episodes discussing the content of the 2024 Player's Handbook. Like this is just a high level overview, general thoughts, opinions, those things. Like we can't fit that much into one episode.
I have a quick suggestion for when we reach the character classes. You know how we do that thing when we're building a character class? Why don't we just list out the classes and say if we think they got better, worse, or stayed the same?
Sounds good. I'm into it.
Yeah. All right.
Tyler, so talking about, we have a lot of episodes planned. It's going to be excited. We're here for you basically for the month of August to talk about the new Player's Handbook, the 2024 rules. Like, Tyler, would you call this episode like an amuse-bouche?
Amuse-bouche.
Sure.
No, I mean,
is
Tyler,
that a monster?
Which
monster manual is that
if you will, yes.
Yes. Yeah. Amuse-bouche. Sure.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, it is amusing.
We've got Ash making dad jokes.
You guys got to me. I don't know what you want. You wore me down with your terrible dad jokes. So.
That's what we're here for.
All right. Okay, so playing the game, if you're coming from the 2014 rules, there are going to be some changes, but like 99% of what you know is exactly the same. A lot of the wording was updated to make it clearer. A few things were like codified more, so like the study action and a few other things. There's this super annoying thing I hate that They added a minimum DC of 15 for a few things, just drives me absolutely insane.
So explain why you hate that so much.
Because a level 1 character has a 50% chance of failing something that they were purpose built to be good at.
That's fair. I think the reason they did it that way was they wanted to be relevant throughout the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like when you're dealing with bounded accuracy, you can't do what Pathfinder 2 does, where
exactly.
It's always the same chance, regardless of what level you are. But even then, like Pathfinder 2 has a scaling DC.
Yeah.
So
like, imagine being level 10, like you've got proficiency in stealth, 20 dexterity, you've got like a +9 modifier, and you still have a 30% chance to fail at hiding. Like, regardless of anything's perception, you just fail.
Yeah, you're right. Feels bad.
Yeah.
Feels bad.
Yeah, phrase that that way.
Notably, mounted combat didn't change one word. I swear to God,
I saw that and I was like, oh, Tyler's going to be so upset.
So bad. Yeah, so bad. I am a salt mine. I am so salty.
They also didn't really change underwater combat either.
Nope.
So, guess what? We're not doing in the 2024 rules.
We're not doing
any
mounted
of
combat.
that. Yeah, and it's kind of frustrating, especially since I was talking to a friend about this. Like, water. If it would behoove WotC to change underwater combat in 2024, considering we just got Howl of the Wild for Pathfinder 2, which improved underwater combat. So it's like, come on, WotC.
All right, so chapter 2, creating your character. So this is just the like step-by-step of character creation. We're going to do an entire episode on that next. So we'll go through like how character creation changed. A lot of the changes will make a lot of sense. There are a couple of things that people may feel like they kind of backslid on, but honestly, I like the new character creation. It feels really cool. It adds some interesting constraints that I really like. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to play with. We're going to have class handbooks for every class the day that the embargo lifts, which I'm pretty sure is the day that this episode releases too. So go check out the website. There's going to be a ton of content for you.
Yeah, it's there right now. Like you can go look at it right now. You could even pause if you want to go read some things and then come back to the episode. I know we can't do this the entire episode. I understand that completely. I'm going to do this tops 3 more times. Okay. In chapter 1, playing the game, I'm just going back one small chapter. There is amazing art where they have a bunch of players sitting around a table, like people look like us. One of the folks is wearing a cool D&D shirt, but then they've got the side by side with the actual party doing actual things in the world. And it looks like, if folks know, like, what is it, the Disney Vacation Reddit or whatever, like the bad instructions for our WikiHow. Yeah, WikiHow, that's what I'm thinking of. It looks like WikiHow art, but in the best way possible. It's like, okay, now I'm learning how to play the game just by looking at this picture. This is great.
All right.
Yeah, going back to character creation, one of the things, so they're keeping alignment for anybody who thought maybe they were going to get rid of it. They're keeping it, unfortunately. But one of the things that I do like is that instead of those bad tables that we rolled on for our background, like, character, bond, flaw, ideal, trait, that kind of stuff that didn't really do anything. Now, your traits are kind of taught. They have suggested traits and stuff like that based on your alignment and your attributes, which I thought just was kind of cool flavor and a good way to sort of visualize, someone with high strength as opposed to someone with low strength, and someone with high charisma versus low charisma, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I did think that was really cool to talk about, like the stats bit, right? Imagine, let's take dexterity, for instance. If you have high dex, you roll a d4 and you might get lithe, dynamic, fidgety, or poised. If you have low dex, you roll a d4, you might get jittery, clumsy, hesitant, unsteady. So you can imagine if you're just looking for an opportunity to do role play about your character, or you want motivation for how you might structure yourself, you roll a handful of d4s and you've got ideas right here that you can run with.
Yeah, and I think it was smart of them to have these traits just be one-word descriptors rather than like a whole sentence, because the problem with a whole sentence is it kind of pigeonholes you into a certain type of play style. Whereas just a descriptor, that's just like a good jumping off point for a character. Like if you're having a hard time figuring out what your character's deal is, these are good prompts to get you thinking about it, rather than just a thing that just kind of narrows your perspective.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fantastic point. Like, to take an example, one of the things under the low dexterity is jittery. That could be jittery because you drink a lot of coffee, you drink a lot of stimulants or something like that, and you're like, just always like, ah. It could also be jittery, like you're easily surprised, you're easily scared. So like somebody comes in a room and slams the door and you drop what you're holding because it freaks you out. There's a lot of different ways to be jittery, but that little bit of, one idea, jittery, you can then do with it what you want. Exactly like you say, Ash.
Yeah, as opposed to the old way that they did it, where it would be like you saw your party get killed, and as a result, you are a very jittery person. So it's like, okay, so it's the one interpretation of jittery. We can't go with the coffee example anymore. It's this specific example of jittery.
Yeah, you only drop mugs. Everything else is fine.
Oh no, my mug collection.
Oh, it used to
be. All right. Chapter 3, classes. So I'm going to call out right now. No, the artificer is not in here. We knew this was going to be the case. They told us this when they announced the new player's handbook. Like,
they could have lied. They've done it before.
Yeah. So I want to go on record as I am saying, boo to you, sir. Boo.
The best suggested reason I've seen is they couldn't include the artificer in the player's handbook because they would have also needed to include 100 pages of magic items to support the artificer.
Oh, that's such an excuse.
It really
is. Just remake the artificer and so it doesn't rely on magic items like everybody wanted you to do in the first place.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it's literally okay. It's the same thing as having like a build order issue.
Yeah. Honestly, it's just not a core class. Like, that is the entire reasoning. Like, it has not been a core class. Yeah. I'm sure we will get it reprinted in some supplement in the future, but literally there's nothing stopping you from just playing the artificer as written. So it's still there. It's just not updated.
It'd be really weird if they, like, once the new DMG comes out, they just publish like an errata correction. Be like, here.
Artificer as errata. Sure.
Yeah. Just copy and paste this into Eberron. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right. So should we start with just naming classes and saying whether we thought they got better or worse or stayed the same?
Yeah, I'll start. Artificer.
Stayed the same. It stayed the same, though.
Technically, you are correct. It stayed the same because it was not included. Okay. Barbarian. I think this one got a bit better than it was.
I agree. Better.
Mm-hmm. Especially with some of the subclasses, like Berserker is usable
so much better.
Now.
Yeah.
And Path of the World Tree Barbarian is incredible.
Oh, it's
which
so
I feel
good.
like is going to be the class that everybody plays now.
Yeah.
If you're a fan of Bear Totem, I'm sorry. I have bad news for you. They're not as good as they were anymore.
Very, very gentle nerf.
Yeah, but I know that's going to piss a lot of people off.
Yeah.
Okay. Bard. Better, worse? I feel like it stayed kind of the same.
Roughly the same. They got some quality of life improvements, but mostly the same. Actually, I take that back. At high levels, like, you hit level 10, it's just like spell lists, LOL, whatever you want. So big upgrade at high levels.
Yeah, that's true. I also think Glamour got a huge like, it's so much better now.
Yeah.
Like, it just seems like a fun class to play. And Dancer also seems fun. I will say the thing that the 2024 rules convinced me is that lore is now boring. It's virtually unchanged.
Yeah.
But except the one thing that I know is going to make people mad is your magical secrets can't be taken from any class anymore.
Yeah.
Which is going to make a lot of people mad.
It's fine. It's fine. We'll survive. Yeah. You can still get Wish.
You can still get Wish, yeah. But yeah,
then have whatever spells you want.
Yeah.
Or Bard is now the one you pick if you're boring.
I always was.
True, but it was still fun. It was still like fun to play, and it was probably the best one.
Yes.
That's not true anymore. Cleric. I feel like this one, really? You think?
They made some small quality of life improvements. Very little about the class has actually changed. Like, Channel Divinity is easier to use, and now your armor is detached from your subclass.
And Divine Intervention actually does something.
Oh,
which is
that's
good.
way better.
Yeah. Yeah. And whether you're punchy or Heidi in the backy isn't dependent on your subdomain anymore.
Exactly.
That fix is huge.
Yes.
I would say the big thing about the subdomain is that they stayed pretty much exactly the same, if not got a little bit worse, mostly just because some spells that, like for instance, Life Clerics lost the one really good damage spell that they get, which is Spiritual Weapon, because they don't want to overlap with domains anymore, which I get. Also, Spiritual Weapon sucks now. So
yeah,
it's not a good spell unless you're playing War Domain.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's fine.
And yeah, I guess we talk about this all the time, right? But if Spiritual Weapon was the de facto, the thing that you had to have because it was just his best spell, and using anything else in most circumstances was a terrible choice, kind of makes sense to nerf it a little bit.
Yeah, but now it's so bad that it's not usable anymore.
Hey,
it's like, why would I concentrate on this when I can just do Spirit Guardians?
Yeah. Hey, you know what happened to Spirit Guardians?
Oh no, what happened to Spirit Guardians?
They buffed it.
Of course they did. So your example, Randall, while well intentioned, is just immediately countered by this.
Okay, so honestly, I don't think they meant to buff it. I think they did it by mistake. We'll talk about it on a different episode in more detail, but I'm pretty sure they accidentally buffed Spirit Guardian.
This was just a thumbs up, thumbs down, wasn't it? Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can explain a little bit. But okay, Druid. I think Druid got better. I think if you're a Moon Druid, it got worse. But if you're any other Druid, it got better.
It got way better offensively for the Moon Druid. You're not nearly as tanky, but you're much more, like, you can do way more damage as a Moon Druid than you could.
That's true. Also, Land Druid. Oh my god,
it's good.
Got so much better. It's so good now.
Yeah, definite improvement to the Druid.
100%. Okay, Fighter. I feel like it got better because of specifically because of Weapon Mastery.
Yeah.
If nothing else, you have buttons.
Yeah. Hey, you want to know a cool trick that basically every martial character can do now?
What?
If you have Weapon Mastery, you can get Mastery with a Trident. You can throw the trident and it has the topple mastery, so you can knock things prone while they're flying.
Oh my god. Yes. Yeah. I'll be doing that now.
Tridents are now surfaced air missiles.
Incredible.
Yep.
Okay.
Completely useless in 2014. In 2024, they're just a delete button for flying enemies. They're so good.
I'm pretty sure we're going to find out that Weapon Masteries were the biggest OP move for to me.
If martials all of a sudden are great in 2024 rules, wonderful.
Which I'm all for, because martials were severely lacking. Monk, I think the biggest winner of the 2024 rules was Monk.
Okay, wait, is that next in the alphabet?
It is.
Okay, let's not go there yet. I want to say real quick, if you're a player at home and you get like 3 javelins in a pack, like that's your starter pack, ask your DM if you could just swap it out for 1 trident. DMs at home, don't do that.
Well, you can just take starting gold instead of the listed example.
Oh yeah, that's easy to do. Yeah. And then always go trident. Well, the big thing is that, like, the thing with the trident is you either need a chain on it so that you can bring it back to you, or you need someone to enchant a returning enchant,
or you just need to buy like 8 tridents.
But they're expensive, aren't they?
Not that expensive. It's still 5e. Until we see magic item prices, gold is still basically
right. But when you're low level, gold matters more.
Fair.
Then steal them. There's a rogue in your party.
Hey, rogue, I'll give you some. Yeah, just give me some more of that sweet tridents, please.
Yeah, just go on Reddit.
The last one.
Here's what you do: you go on Reddit and you just rob the Pitchfork Emporium whenever somebody gets upset about something.
Perfect.
So, monks, yes, I think monks were the biggest winners of this update. Like, they're actually pretty okay now. Like, I don't think they're great, but they're definitely better than they were.
Okay, I have to ask, I want to be very clear. Are you giving them an academic achievement award, or are you only giving them most improved?
I'm giving them most improved.
Okay,
okay, they're really, really good. And if you are ever in a one-on-one fight with a monk, prepare to lose.
Oh, one-on-one fights, they dominate. Like, plus the fact that they're bonus action masters now, like, they just have so much stuff. The subclasses are all really solid now.
Yeah.
Like, Way of Mercy is just better because the monk baseline is now better. Shadow Monk is ridiculous because when you're in dim light or darkness now, you just get unlimited flurry of blows, and your darkness, I don't know if this is a misprint or not. When you move it, it doesn't take any action to move it. So you can just always... It did it? Okay.
Yeah, you cast it on an object, and then you just carry it around.
Well, no. It says you can move it on your turn. Like, you can move the darkness around, and it doesn't take an action. You can just always move it around and just always be in dim light and darkness and just always have unlimited flurry of blows, which is insane. Also, elementalism monk is really good now.
Yeah, it's really cool. 4 elements is finally good. Yeah.
It finally achieves that avatar feel that I feel like they were going for. So yeah, well done. Well done. Now open hand palm is the most boring one.
I mean, it was always kind of the most boring.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Okay. Your capstone feature doesn't automatically kill things anymore, which sucks. But
true. Okay, so something cool that you'll notice if you look at Way of Open Hand. So I have been complaining about this for multiple years. The 2014 rules consistently let you knock things away from you, and away and directly away are not the same thing, which means in a lot of cases in the 2014 rules, you could do things like karate chop people 50 feet directly into the air. They have started addressing that in the 2024 rules. A lot of things that let you knock enemies away specify directly away. Way of Open Hand does not, which means a handful of specific features, including Way of the Open Hand, still let you knock enemies into the air when you hit them. So people who've enjoyed our example Way of Open Hand monk build can still enjoy kicking people like 50 feet into the sky.
Incredible.
Yeah. There's an editor listening to this episode like, are you kidding me? One got through?
Yeah.
Guys, get in here right now.
Who am I firing? Someone issue a rata.
Yeah.
Okay, so Paladin. This one I feel is largely unchanged except for one big one, which is the movement of Divine Smite 2. It's a spell now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Weapon Master.
They're a lot easier to play. They're a lot easier to understand, but they did nerf Paladin's ability to like nuke things in a single turn by smiting back to back.
Yeah.
Your bonus action is going to be heavily taxed, which changes a ton of the Paladin's options. I don't think it's fair to say that they got nerfed, really. Their damage spikes aren't as big, but they're so much tankier now. Like, lay on hands is a bonus action. Holy cow.
Yeah, no, that's pretty great. Like, there's some wins. There's also, but the one that everybody's going to focus on is the Divine Smite. And that's going to be a real contentious change because now you logically can only smite on your turn and you can only smite once per turn because it takes a bonus action now. And that's going to make a lot of people mad.
Sure.
But yeah, other than that, Paladins largely stayed the same. Ranger, I have mixed feelings about Ranger. I think I want to say it got a little worse.
So I think they did a better job of implementing the 2014 Ranger. Like it is objectively better than the 2014 version. It's a lot of what they did is just like permanently adopting the optional class features from Tasha's. One of the biggest problems you're going to run into is the overemphasis of Hunter's Mark, which 2014 Hunter's Mark, that was the Ranger's thing. They moved away from that in Tasha's when Rangers got Magic Weapon and Elemental Weapon added to their spell list. So you had other spells that were more interesting to concentrate on, but we've gone back to you have to concentrate on Hunter's Mark. Like if you're functioning as a Ranger, you are running Hunter's Mark. And it's like, good God, could we not make every single Ranger play exactly the same way, please?
It also is going to be frustrating, I know, for Beastmaster Rangers. Don't get me wrong, Beastmaster is not, it's still the good version, not the horrible one from Tasha's that Tyler had to suffer through. But the problem is, I mean, from not the horrible one from the 2014 rules.
Yeah.
But the problem is that Beastmasters are always going to spend their bonus action commanding their beast, except for the first round of combat, which is Hunter's Mark, and anytime their target dies when they have to transfer it. So it's like, that's going to be a rough time for Beastmaster Rangers.
Yeah, I agree. And they even have at level 10 Beastmasters, your beast gets to apply the Hunter's Mark damage bonus once per turn. So it's like they do expect you to be running Hunter's Mark and commanding your beast. It's like, guys, we only get one bonus action. Why?
Yeah, it's so frustrating. I know that people are already having frustrated feelings with Ranger right now. Also, Gloomstalker got nerfed.
Yeah.
It was inevitable.
Yeah.
But it's still disappointing to see. Yeah. I think the Ranger was probably the biggest loser of the 2024 rules. I'm not going to lie.
I do think it's a much better class than it was in the 2014 rules.
Yeah.
Weapon Mastery is adding a lot of stuff. other than the Hunter's Mark thing, I do think it's a massive improvement.
Yeah, but the Hunter's Mark thing and the nerf to some of the subclasses is going to be it's gonna be rough. And when I say it's the biggest loser, I just mean like it didn't gain as much to offset some of its nerfs as the other classes did.
That's reasonable.
Most not improved.
Yeah, most not improved, exactly. Rogues, I would say better, just because now you can do other things besides sneak attack on your turn.
Yeah.
So that's always nice.
Yeah, the rogue and the wizard are the two classes that saw the least amount of changes because they were consistently rated as like, yeah, this is great to play. It's awesome. Basically, the only thing new on the rogue is Cunning Strike.
Or Cunning Action is what it's called.
No, not Cunning Action. Shoot.
Yeah, no, because Cunning Action, I think they renamed the old Cunning Action to something else. Let me see. Oh, you're right. It's Cunning Strike. Cunning Strike, yeah. Okay, I'm wrong.
It's all new terms. Yeah, Cunning Strike, you trade some sneak attack damage for some rider effects on your sneak attack, and they're a lot of fun. I think rogues are going to have a great time, and they also get weapon mastery, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I also see rogues as having the most openness for expansion, because if they're going to add more supplement stuff, the big thing that they could do is add more Cunning Strike options.
That's true.
Be good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
If they're threatening us with additional epic boons, like ideally we also get this as well. Like that's a trend that we want to see with the new rules. Keep giving us new weapons with cool weapon masteries, keep giving us things like new Cunning Strikes, keep giving us epic boons that we're never going to get to. It's what we crave.
Oof. Yeah.
As far as subclasses, I don't want to do too much on this, but I will say Assassin got better.
Yeah.
I think Thief got surprisingly really strong depending on your DM, like the fact that you can bonus action use a magic item and you're the only class that can use a scroll if it's not on your spell list is really good.
Yeah.
So, and I would argue that it doesn't say this, but I would argue that it allows you to use a spell scroll as a bonus action.
Explicitly it does. Yeah.
That's insane. Thief is so good.
Yeah.
But it really, the thing I would say about Thief is it kind of depends on your dungeon master because they have to give you scrolls and magic items and stuff like that. But
well, actually,
give me scrolls.
There's a price list for spell scrolls in the equipment chapter now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Then, beautiful. I'm going to, if I play a Thief Rogue, I'm going to be buying all the scrolls.
Yeah.
Sorcerer.
Wait, you're going to buy them?
Yes. Or steal them. I'm going to steal them. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. I wanted to check.
Yeah.
Ash, I think they heard you saying that you were going to steal all those spell scrolls.
I think so.
Okay. Actually, now we have to leave it in.
Yeah. Sorry about the cut. Here, let me see if I can nail it.
Oh, no. Whatsoever. It's getting worse.
Yeah, it's getting closer. Hold on. I think. Oh, there it goes. It's gone.
Weird.
Sorry about that. Damn.
Okay.
That. Sorcerers. I have mixed feelings.
Yeah.
I think they also got a little bit worse.
They got some cool new class features like Sorcery Incarnate, which
that is a cool feature. I will admit.
Yeah, they basically they have a rage now. They got some cool new features, but they did nerf the most powerful meta magic options.
Why did you take Twin Spell from us? Why?
I know.
Why'd you make it lame?
Look how they massacred my boy.
Look what they did to my boy. They massacred my boy. Also, they took some spells away from us, but
it's generally bad and they should feel bad.
Yeah. The subclasses are all underwhelming as well. Although I will say the biggest winner of the sorcerer, I think, is the wild magic sorcerer. It is actually looks like a lot of fun to play now. It
depends way less on your DM deciding to let you roll wild magic, which is nice.
Yeah, and the wild magic table has way better and more fun effects now. So it's just like, it seems like a solid class to play now.
One important thing to note, all of the subclasses give you additional spells prepared now instead of just the ones in Tasha's. Like, that is the new norm. Sorcerers also get way more spells known than they did previously. So like, that's a huge buff. That was the sorcerer's biggest limitation, was you only got to prepare like 12 spells at level 20. And now you get, I want to say like 16 or 18 base. I can't remember exactly. Plus the 10 from your subclass.
Don't let them make this up to people.
Yeah. I would say it's a mixed bag when it comes to sorcerer. The twin spell is never not going to break my heart.
Yeah.
And if I run games in the 2024 rules, I'm going to keep the old twin spell because there was absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they did get some cool features. I don't want to deny that they did get some cool features.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, can I still twin spell Dragon's Breath?
No.
No.
Why are we even here?
I know. I know. I feel it too, buddy. It's rough. It's a really bad change, and I don't know what they were thinking.
Twin haste.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. What were they fixing?
I don't know.
They were fixing fun is what they were fixing.
Yeah.
You're playing the game wrong. You're having too much fun. So stop that.
Please stop killing our monsters so quickly. We can't adjust monsters fast enough.
No, just be a worse wizard.
Yeah, now it's like you can only use Twin Spell on like a handful of spells. And if you don't take those spells, Twin Spell is useless for you.
Yeah.
So it's just not a good feature anymore. I can't recommend it for someone to take anymore.
Well, okay, so short of the Evoker wizards, sorcerers are better blasters than wizards are.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah. Their spell save DCs are going to be higher, your spell attacks are going to be better.
Empowered spell got better, like it's cheaper now, or a heightened spell, that's what it was. It's cheaper now. Extended spell also gives you advantage on concentration checks, which is great. So yeah, there's some improvements to the other magic. It's just I can't get over how much they massacre Twin Spell.
Yeah.
It was my favorite meta magic, and they took it away from me.
Honestly, the fact that they made heightened spell cheaper is mind-boggling. Like they made it cheaper, and also it used to be just the first saving throw. Now it's all saving throws.
Oh yeah, and also
like cheaper and better. My God.
Also, careful spell now. Your party members don't just pass the save; they also don't take any damage from the spell, which is great. Good,
huge improvement.
Yeah.
Warlock to make it up.
Oh, okay. Warlock is spicy.
Yeah, Warlock mixed bag. I would say in some parts it got better, in some places it got a little bit worse. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, it's going away.
Yeah, Warlock's definitely a mixed bag. They shuffled around like when you get invocations. Pact magic is an invocation now instead of like its own thing. So you could have multiple invocations. You could have multiple pact boons. You could have no pact boons. Totally up to you. They made it way less of an interesting class dip, and people are going to hear me say that and think like, wait, but we've seen Pact of the Blade now. It works like Baldur's Gate 3, where it's just everybody gets to use charisma to attack and damage with a weapon. Now, yes, that is true, but all of the like martial weapon using feats, Polearm Master, Great Weapon Master, all those, they only give you increases to either strength or dexterity. So it's really, really hard to build a charisma-only martial character now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough. I didn't realize that. That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
That feels like something people are going to intentionally overlook when they build paper character sheets.
Maybe. Yeah, they are.
D&D Beyond's broken. I don't know what's going on. It's not my dice.
Now, that said, you can build an all-dexterity warlock, and it's actually pretty okay now.
Yeah, I will say, I think there were two big winners in this round with the subclasses, and that is Archfey. Archfey seems like so much fun now, especially with how much you're teleporting around and just how much you get free Misty Steps, and just it feels like you're a trickster where you creature comes up to hit you, you jump away, and you leave a nasty surprise in your wake. So it feels more on brand than the old Archfey did. You're just messing with people now. And my favorite, and I think the overall winner of subclasses into the 2024 rules, is the Great Old One Warlock. It's such a cool subclass now. And it does the one thing that new players have always thought was weird, and allows your hex to impose disadvantage on saving throws as well as checks, which, oh my God, that's so good. Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah, warlocks are going to be a lot of fun to build and play, I think.
Yeah, like I feel like they definitely made pure warlock more of a tantalizing idea, and they sort of downgraded the more tantalizing like multi-class. Like, there's still a great multi-class dip, but I feel like more people are going to play them like for a longer time frame in terms of level progression, because they get some really good features. So yeah, I think a mixed bag, but yeah, Wizards stayed the same.
Kind of.
No real changes.
Yeah, the Wizards features didn't change a whole lot. Like, they got some minor tweaks to their features. Spell Mastery at level 18 got nerfed, but they get the ability to prepare more spells than anybody else, and they get the ability to change some of their prepared spells on a short rest, which is pretty cool, honestly. And yeah, they maintain their place as the best ritual caster, and even Pact of the Tome, their ritual casting got nerfed, so wizards are once again the best ritual caster.
Yeah. I'm sure you're very happy.
Yes, I am. Certainly. Take that, warlocks. You charming monsters. All right. Well, the class is covered. How about we take a quick look at Chapter 4, Origins? So it slightly annoys me that they put backgrounds and species in the same chapter for purely organizational reasons.
Yeah, okay. I was about to sneak in an origin of species joke, but it's fine. Keep going. Can we just talk about species for a second?
Sure, yeah.
I don't like the term.
I don't like it. It's weird.
Same.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
I feel like Pathfinder nailed it with ancestries.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wish somebody from Paizo would have just sent wizards an email, be like, it's cool, you can do it.
Yeah.
Like let's just
Tales of the Valiant went with lineages, and that was great.
Yeah, that one's also pretty good. Yeah.
Let's do synonyms for like ancestries, lineages. I know heritages was already used. We could have repurposed that. That would have been fine.
Would have been fine.
Yeah.
I think I suggested kin on a previous episode.
Would have been good.
Species just on brand.
Species just feels too clinical. It feels too clinical.
It's clinical. It's too sci-fi, and also it has a lot of the exact same cultural problems that races does. So,
yes.
Yeah.
Apparently, their sensitivity readers all agreed that species was the right choice, and I'm going to politely disagree on this.
Yeah, I'm going to disagree with you on that one.
Yeah. All right. But mechanically, backgrounds and species are pretty cool.
No, they're fun.
Yeah,
I like that every background gets a feat now, so that's good.
Yeah. So I mentioned earlier in the episode that they backslid a little bit on character creation. Backgrounds give ability score increases now. Like, you no longer get the Tasha's era, just like +2, +1, or 3 +1s, do whatever you want. Now you're and we'll go into this more in character creation, but now your background is going to give you ability score increases. It still gives you 2 skill proficiencies, and now gives you an origin feat, and it'll give you 1 tool proficiency. So big changes there.
Yeah.
Species really aren't that different conceptually. Subraces have basically gone away, kind of. They're not presented as subrace as a concept, but a lot of races like Elf and Goliath, you'll have pick one of these things from a list and you get a subset of the features.
Okay. All right. So looking at the gnome entry, for instance, I have forest gnomes and rock gnomes. What would you call if gnome is the species? What's this under species? What's that further delineation? What would you call that?
Genus? Wait, no, that's the broader category. What's the other direction? Subspecies.
Okay, subspecies. Thank you. Okay. I'm done, Your Honor. Keep going. Yeah, okay. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so that's origins. Let's jump to feats. So there's now 3 categories of feats. It's fine. Just be fine with it.
Yep.
There's origin feats, which you qualify for at level 1.
Great.
There's feats that you can take whenever you get an ability score increase, and there's epic boons that you can start taking at level 19. Origin feats, a lot of them are basically reprinted from the 2014 Player's Handbook, so skilled, tough, a few others. The regular feats are your more impactful ones, the vigor and shine. General feats, yes, thank you. General feats are polearm master, sharpshooter, great weapon master, those ones that feel big and flashy and do important things. And then epic boons, if you never gave epic boons a look in the 2014 rules, they're a lot cooler now.
I didn't even know they were a thing. I'm not going to lie to you. I was reading this. I'm this is really cool. And I looked at Tyler and he's like, they're in the 2014 rules. What are you so excited about?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were in the DMG. That's the difference.
Yeah. They did get mechanical changes too. So in the 2014 Dungeon Master's Guide, you could get epic boons if you got 30,000 experience after you already hit level 20. So basically, no one ever got to use them.
Yeah.
Even if you made it to level 20, you probably never saw an epic boon. But in the 2024 rules, you get 1 at level 19. You can get more if you get 30,000 XP beyond level 20. Every epic boon gives you a +1 ability score increase and lets you increase your ability score up to 30.
That is wild. It's worth, you could keep playing then, I guess. The problem is so many modules do everything based on milestone leveling, not experience based. What we then need is like some further guidance of like, okay, look, I know we're level 20. Let's just play another long arc and then I'll give you an epic boon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do want to call out. So you were talking about like this feels weird. I'm not going to lie. Epic boons aside, you get those late game. That makes sense to me. Pushed off to the side. Origin feats versus general feats.
Yeah.
I believe it's true. Every single general feat has prerequisites.
Yes.
So origin feats are prereq free, but you're only going to be able to get one of them when you start unless something's giving you some opportunity to get a second or a third. The general feats, you might have to wait till you hit a particular level. You might have to have some minimum skill level, like intelligence, wisdom, 13 or higher, this sort of thing. Yeah, the general feats have prereqs. That's the distinction. They could have had one list and just been like, some of these things have prereqs and some of these things don't. And it would have been mechanically identical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It feels more like a throwback to older editions, which, people liked the way feats worked in older editions. So,
yeah. One very important change for regular feats, they all come with a +1 ability score increase now. So
all of them?
All of them. Every regular feat comes with a +1 ability score increase.
Oh, wow.
Every general feat.
Oh, every general
Yes,
feat.
thank you. Origin feats do not. General feats do. So Polearm Master lets you pick strength or dexterity, just as an example. Great Weapon Master only lets you get strength. Warcaster lets you add +1 to any of your mental ability scores. So like the ability score increase options for your feats becomes a very, very important part of character optimization because it's a lot harder to cross those ability score lines.
That is nice.
Okay, and I want to call this out. Folks have listened to all the episodes where we've built 2014 classes, and there's a long list of feats that you've come to know and love, because every time we're building a character, we always take those feats because those are the things that are going to be the most impactful. They're going to be a lot of fun to play with. All those feats are broken now. All those feats suck now. That one, that's your favorite, busted. It's gone. Never going to be the same.
Randall, this might make you feel better. Lucky's an origin feat.
Is it?
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I normally wait till level 14, level 16, whenever the ASI comes.
Now you can get a level 1, buddy.
Yeah. They did nerf it.
Boo.
I know. It's still pretty good. It's not as good, but still pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, we will do an episode. This will be part of an episode where we'll dive deeper. I just wanted to set the tone right now. It sucks and it's awful. And whoever did this, we're disappointed in you. I'm just kidding. You're great. The game is fine.
Yeah, feel bad about yourself. I'm with him.
All right. Okay. Chapter 6, equipment. Okay, so there were a few important changes here. So we got weapon mastery on weapons. Armor has not changed at all. Not one bit. Now I'm hoping, like we mentioned this earlier, we did not get the absolute final version of the rules text, so there may have been corrections. Random noticed that the rules for shields don't specify how long it takes to put a shield on and take it off. Like in the 2014 rules, it's an action. Now we have no idea. Other than that, armor has not changed one bit. Weapons got weapon masteries. A few of them had their traits changed, like lances got completely reworked. Every single item in the equipment chapter now has a description explaining what it is and what it does. So you're no longer left guessing, like 10-foot pole. What is a 10-foot pole for? Who knows? Tools got a lot more detail in the 2024 Player's Handbook. They now list a few specific actions you can take with that tool and a few specific items that you can craft using that tool. Now, they did promise us expanded crafting rules in the 2024 rules. This is what we got.
You don't think the DMG is going to make that a little bit better?
They supposedly have more detailed rules for crafting magic items, but not for mundane items.
Yeah, okay. It was funny to me how all of the news articles were saying the new crafting rules and the revamp of crafting. I'm just like, guys, it's basically what it was in Xanathars.
It really is. Yeah. The rules preview video for crafting was 5 minutes long, and 1 minute of that was the canned outro saying like pre-order the Player's Handbook. So yeah.
And if how much content are we talking about, just to give it out to folks? We are talking about 1 column of a 2-column page of material.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Actually, that's even being generous. It's probably like 2/3 of a column.
Yeah. Now there are rules for scribing spell scrolls in the Player's Handbook, like more detailed than just saying that you can do it. So that's good.
Yeah.
Like as a wizard, I'm going to use that like crazy.
Yeah. Ash's Thief as well. Well, he's going to steal your scrolls.
Yeah. And then I'll steal your spell scrolls.
Oh,
right.
That's fine.
Hey, I'm playing a Kender. I don't know what we want from
it. Oh, no, you're not. Not from this book.
Why do all of these spells say exploding runes on them? That's so weird.
It's like that meme, I prepared exploding runes.
Yep. Man, that used to work so much better back in 3rd edition when it was portable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was great.
All right. Chapter 7, speaking of exploding runes, Chapter 7, Spells. It is still the biggest chapter in the book. It got even bigger. They added more than 70 spells that weren't in the player's handbook previously.
You know what's great about this spell list, though?
What?
No silvery barbs.
No silvery barbs. Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah. So a lot of the spells were brought in from Tasha's and Xanathar's, including the updated summoning spells. Those were brought in so that they could include them in subclass spell lists. Like they looked and they were like, yeah, 10 years later, these spells make sense on these subclasses that predate the spells. So they did that. They did give us a bunch of new spells. A lot of spells were updated. Like True Strike now lets you use your spellcasting ability to make a spell attack or to make a weapon attack, and it gives you a damage boost similar to Booming Blade. So like, yeah, that's neat. Blade Ward no longer sucks. It's now, it lasts a minute, minus 1d4 on all weapon attacks against you, which like,
oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Takes concentration. So like, it's not going to see a ton of use, but it's kind of cool. Yeah. Lots of love to be had here. Lots of things to love. Spells are spells.
Yeah.
Spelling. Yeah, we'll dive deep. It's going to be great.
Okay. Now we have arrived at the most important part of the book, the appendix. Appendices.
I thought that was like irrelevant. Like it doesn't really matter unless it explodes, right?
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
Okay.
If
so nothing to see here. Let's move on. Index.
No, the appendixes are good. Appendices, sorry. All right. So first appendix, the multiverse. They explain what the multiverse is, how it works. So players looking at like plane shift and all of this stuff are no longer going like, why would I want to leave my nice safe home dimension to go to like hell or whatever? So there's that. That's nice. It's no longer just the first.
You mean Planescape, not plane shift.
Yeah. They no longer, players no longer need to borrow the first chapter of the Dungeon Master's Guide to know how the multiverse works. There's a section of creature stat blocks. This is the same as the 2014 rules, where they give you all of the stat blocks for your like familiars and beasts you can summon and things like that. And then the most important appendix is the rules glossary. So this is a really like new thing. They've always had a glossary explaining briefly like what terms meant, but it was always just like, it means this, look at this page. Now it's like, it is a full text rules definition of the rules term. You generally don't need to look elsewhere in the book. So like, it is a fantastic quick reference. It explains a lot of things in very, very simple wording and detail. I think this is a huge usability improvement for the game as a whole. Like this is fantastic.
Yeah, no,
definitely.
I agree.
Now it's still hidden. Like do just one step better and put this at either at the very first page or very last page. And we're cooking.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Like having the index behind it is kind of annoying because you have to flip back like 5 or 6 pages to find the rules glossary.
Let's have it on the inside cover.
Exactly.
Either side.
Okay. I'm now looking. Oh no, that's so terrible. It is. I was hoping there was an appendix D to at least make this make sense, but no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Somebody at some point was like, but indexes are the last thing in the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
They could have broken that tradition and I would have been happy about it.
That would have been great.
The index is really good though. Like normally
really?
you look at,
are we talking about are we reviewing the index?
It's okay. Every darn thing is in the index, like including the 2014 spell names that changed. They're in there. It's so thorough.
I will give credit. I constantly have trouble in Paizo books when there are indices. Indices.
Oh
whatever,
yeah, no.
Finding
Paizo indexes are notoriously bad.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Watsy, on congratulations, Watsy. You won one. And also you met the bare minimum of what an index should be.
I think they went above and beyond with this one. I think they did really good. Like every individual class feature is in there. You can find every rules term in the book.
You are. That's going to be the headline. That's the headline.
You can find every term.
The 2024 rules. They really love the index.
Yeah. You are probably the biggest nerd I've ever met, Tyler.
Man, here we are on our nerdy nerd podcast for nerds doing nerd stuff.
And I'm telling you that I think you're a nerd.
I know. That's fair. Yeah. I know what I am.
A guy who loves indices.
I know.
Which,
okay. Oh, one last thing that I noticed that was different. This is the first player's handbook I've ever seen that didn't have a character sheet at the back of the book.
Yeah, that is weird. But they did have a character sheet at the beginning.
Yeah,
character creation. So maybe they counted. I don't know.
I think so. Yeah.
I wonder if it's just going to be like post fixed. But let's see.
They're just going to be available as a PDF download. Like, does anybody actually photocopy character sheets out of their player's handbook anymore?
Not the point, Tyler. Not the point.
Yeah. All right, reasonable. What, you don't want your first half-baked, poorly created character carved in pen in your player's handbook for eternity?
No, I'm good.
Okay, that's fine.
Good. So, final thoughts?
I think it's really good. There are a couple of rules changes that I don't agree with. Like the DC 15 thing, I think is just the stupidest. Like, why 15? Why that number? It could have been 10 and it would have been fine. Otherwise, I do think this was a massive improvement, like just in terms of accessibility and usability of the books. Like, this is so much better than anything we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Randall?
I am really excited to see a long forward campaign where marshals have fun in 2024 rules. Like, that's what I'm waiting for. Is like, I think this is going to be good. I think it's going to work out. I think people are going to have a lot of fun with it. I want to actually see it happen at a table, and I'll be really excited.
Agreed.
Okay, you guys ready for my spicy hot take?
Yeah, spicy hot takes, Ash.
Go. I don't know why this book exists. Because the problem that I have with this book is that it feels like a lot of this could have just been errata. There's not enough change in here that feels like it warrants a new book to me. Like, they tried to go for the hard changes and they got so much pushback on it that the changes that they do make feel, I'm not going to discount that they do feel like improvements, but they feel like minimal improvements to stuff that was already there that, again, I feel like could have been done with a free errata. And the fact that they're selling this as a full new book, not going to lie, feels a little bit scummy to me. And also just the fact that, if personally speaking from a moral perspective, if I didn't have to do this for my job, I couldn't justify it to myself purchasing this book, because I still don't trust WotC after all of the stuff that they pulled. And the thing, I look at this book and I see two things as to why this is a book and not errata. The first is more money for them and more control over their rules now, which makes me very nervous.
Mm.
They tried to drop the OGL, but that went poorly. But I don't think that we should just accept that they won't try to do that again, especially when it comes to this version, since it is technically a different version. So they could come up with a different open gaming license if they wanted to.
Well, I mean, the SRD is still the 5e SRD.
Yeah,
right. But like it's not this SRD.
No, but
okay.
that's what I'm saying.
Difference.
Now, they have said that they are going to release an SRD both under OGL 1.0A and in the Creative Commons, basically the day after the Monster Manual comes out.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I will eat my words, and I hope that they follow through on that. But yeah, that's just my spicy hot take. I'm not saying that this is a bad book. I'm with Tyler. I think there's a lot of good changes in here. I think there was a lot of good improvements. There's some changes that I don't agree with. But my ultimate question is, did this need to be a new book? And could it have just been errata or just a supplement? Or I don't know.
I'm going to defend it a little bit. For us, it sucks because our shelves are full and we're going to buy it. I'm imagining, because the game is still growing, folks who are getting into this now, it is intimidating. It's like, okay, well, I need to buy this 3-box set of like the player's handbook and the DMG and the monster manual if I want to run games. But then everybody says the better version of the classes are in Tasha's, so I need to buy Tasha's, and then there's good stuff in Xanathar's. Like, the idea that I'm going to be able to buy a 3-book set and be good to go again and have the best version of the game to play feels better than having to buy everything that's been published since 2014.
No, I don't disagree with you. I think that this is definitely a better entry point for new players getting started right now than the 2014 PHP. I agree with you. But for older players, I don't know how much value this gives you. A lot of the features are just copy pasted directly from Tasha's. So the only really new thing is like the weapon masteries, which I can't really justify buying a whole book for. But it's
what about the nerfed feats?
Oh yeah, the nerfed feats. I mean, and the background's giving you feats, but people were kind of doing that anyway. People were giving free feats anyway. So I know people are going to push back on me about this, and it's an unpopular opinion. But again,
I don't think it will be.
I just feel like this book didn't need to be a thing. It doesn't add enough to really justify a whole reprinting of a book rather than just making this errata or something. But that's just me. I think like I said, I agree with Tyler and Randall that it does do some really good stuff, and I like that marshals are actually better now. But yeah,
same.
When it comes to this book, I am very torn on it.
All right, we have a question of the week this week. Our question of the week comes to us from Tilted Tom. In 5e D&D, marshals have long relied on Great Weapon Master and Sharpshooter to put up damage. This has been a build marshals lean on in higher level play. D&D 2024 is dropping Great Weapon Master Sharpshooter based on what you've seen. How should martial players look to optimize in the future? We couldn't answer this question previously. We can now in this episode, so we're going to answer it. First of all, They didn't drop Great Weapon Master or Sharpshooter. They just made them completely irrelevant, and you're probably not going to want to. That's not fair. You might use them, but they're not as good as they were.
Okay. So Great Weapon Master and Sharpshooter have both lost the -5 to hit, +10 to damage thing. Like that is the thing that's going to make people upset. Great Weapon Master. Great Weapon Master does still provide a damage bonus. Sharpshooter does not. Which honestly, I don't know why.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, they're much less auto pick than they were. I think Great Weapon Master is still going to be basically an auto pick for two-handed martial frontliners. Like the feats are still good, but you're no longer relying on feats exclusively for damage at high level. Like your class features are going to give you more options offensively, and there's going to be a lot more focus on like status conditions, battlefield control, debuffs, things like that. Like at high levels, martial characters can do stuff like launching enemies 40 feet away and knocking them prone in one shot. So it's like, yeah, congratulations, you don't get to participate in this fight now.
Yeah, I think the big winners of the 2024 rules are the marshals, because not only do you have Great Weapon Masteries to play with now, a lot of martial subclasses that had pretty underwhelming features at higher level saw some improvements. And you're going to have, like Tyler said, it's going to be more about battlefield control and less about pure damage, which I think is good because marshals realistically were never going to keep up with casters in terms of damage. So giving them more utility on the battlefield and more support capability is what marshals needed to stay relevant in the higher levels.
Yeah, I agree. All hail Leisure Illuminati.
Hail.
Hail. Hail?
You sounded like Elminster or something when you said that. Hail.
Hail, friend, and well met.
Yes, indeed.
Have any
Stay a while and listen.
Gail, listen. Gail, your ex-girlfriend sent me to tell you to kill yourself.
Spoilers.
I know.
Spoilers.
I'm Randall James. You'll find me at amateurjack.com and on Twitter and Instagram at jackamateur.
I'm Tyler Campstra. You'll find me on RPGBOT.net, mastering weapons. Facebook and Twitter, RPGBOT.Net. Most other socials as RPGBot.
And I'm Ash Sheila. You can follow me on Twitter at Graven Ashes for other spicy takes. If you want me to run a game for you, you can find me on startplaying.games, link in the description. As far as if I'm going to be running the 2024 rules, I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Looking to optimize for 2024 rules and don't really know where to get started? Great news. Right now, there's live content on RPGBOT.net. You can go take a look right now and learn a little bit more about all these brand new classes, which look a lot like the old classes. If you've enjoyed the show, please rate and review us on Apple Podcast and rate us on Spotify or your favorite podcast app. It's a quick, free way to support the podcast and helps us to reach new listeners. You'll find links in the show notes. You'll find affiliate links for source books and other materials linked in the show notes, as well as on RPGBOT.net. Following these links helps us to make this show happen every week. If your question should be the question of the week next week, please email podcast@RPGBOT.net or message us on Twitter at RPGBOT.Net. Please also consider supporting us on Patreon, where you can find all kinds of great rewards. At any tier, you'll get early access to RPGBOT.content and polls for future content. At our $3 tiers, you'll enjoy your choice of ad-free access to RPGBOT.net or ad-free podcast episodes and access to live stream podcast recordings. At our $5 tiers and above, you'll get all of that, plus access to the RPGBOT.Discord. You'll find us at patreon.com/RPGBOT. Also, RPGBOT.Store, RPGBOT.Store, RPGBOT.Store.
You are just going to keep plugging that, aren't you?
Doing my best.
Look, it's got t-shirts and stickers and stuff. It's nice.
It could even have copyright infringement. Go take a look right now.
No, what I was going to suggest, Tyler, was that you should put on the shirt, not necessarily the page or whatever, just the thing that's the watermark that says for RPGBot use only.
Oh my gosh, that's a great idea.
Just put that on a shirt, and that's incredible. I love that.
Perfect.
Also, I apologize for all the car noises and stuff, but yeah.
I don't know if you guys can hear it, but my niece is crying.
I can't.
Oof. Oh, good. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't come up in the audio.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Yeah,
everybody
I think we're
chat,
done too.
Just kidding.
There's nobody in the chat.
I know.
There's nobody in the chat.
They weren't allowed. And we knew that. Dan's in the chat.